All right, Fantasy Bros, welcome back. Fantasy Football Astrology Channel. We're going live here with the Q&A. Brett was asking a really good question. I wanted to bring this to your forefronts here. We've got Moss versus Singletary. Guys, this is the perfect situation in which we want to use astrology and to try to predict who's going to emerge. When you have a competitive backfield where the parts are really close, we want to look at the astrology to see who these coaches are going to favor on an unconscious level a lot of the times. And so this is what we're looking at here. We have Zach Moss and Devin Singletary. And with Zach Moss as a Sagittarius and Devin Singletary as a Virgo, these are two very different style signs here, okay? One is an emotional sign, the Virgo, and the Sagittarius is an intellectual sign. Okay, so we're going to look at their head coaches. You got Brian DeBall, the offensive coordinator, is an Aries. That's why I have Moss circled here, guys, because Aries and Sagittarius are both fire signs, both intellectual signs, and Sagittarius is actually drawn into that cardinal Aries, okay? And you also have the head coach, Sean McDermott, who is an Aries as well, okay? And if you guys don't know, Aries makes an excellent head coach. Okay, Bill Belichick was an Aries. You're already seeing how they're affecting Mitchell Trubisky as a Leo. Okay, that's another aside about another storyline where astrology is showing up. Mitchell Trubisky goes to Buffalo with good astrology, and he's already starting to look better again, guys. But that's another story maybe for another time. Right now we want to know Moss and Singletary. And astrology says the clear answer here is Moss. Okay, so that's what you have there. Can Moss stay healthy? Is Singletary going to continue to make plays? This combination here is one that we have to keep our eye on. If Moss can stay healthy, they were showing favoritism to him already in his rookie year, especially with goal line touches. So I really do like Zach Moss over Devin Singletary. For future. For the immediate, obviously it's Singletary's role right now, but the astrology is pointing pretty strongly towards Zach Moss, okay? Moving on, we've had a couple of questions about Sony Michel versus Darrell Henderson. And guys, this is why I love the community. You guys were asking about this, and I believe it was Brett. Once again, he was bringing up Thomas Brown is a coach from Georgia, right, with Sony Michel. And Thomas Brown, he was telling me, is a Taurus, okay? So I'm learning from you guys now. You guys are telling me about this kind of stuff. This is awesome, okay? Now, who has the advantage in all of this situation with Sony Michel and Darrell Henderson? And guys, these are two very evenly measured signs. Sony Michel is an Aquarius and Darrell Henderson is a Leo. Those are polar opposites. They're both intellectual signs, masculine signs. And so we're going to try to figure this out. I'm picking Darrell Henderson, right, for a few reasons, and I'll explain kind of my theory here, okay? If you look at Matt Stafford is an Aquarius, and you look at Sean McVay as an Aquarius, you already have a lot of Aquarius energy in the field here, okay? And Sean McVay's probably already established that kind of dominance. So environments love diversity, okay? Diversity is key in an environment. And Darrell Henderson is going to bring more diversity to this environment. On a very just physical level, Darrell Henderson, I personally believe, is the better athlete. He runs a 4.3. If you haven't seen Darrell Henderson's college tape, it's unbelievable. This guy can break off the big one, okay? And Sony Michel hasn't really shown that he can break off the big one. Not only that, but Darrell Henderson already has the playbook. He's been studying the playbook for a long time. So if I had to choose, ESPN is saying Sony Michel is going to be the guy. But if I had to choose, I'm choosing Darrell Henderson for a plethora of reasons. Now, Thomas Brown is an interesting kind of component here as a Taurus, because Taurus is drawn to use Aquarius, okay? They're all fixed, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus. Taurus is drawn to use that air, but Leo is drawn to use that earth, Okay, so you really have to know, you'd have to observe the dynamic to see which component is going to be the most pressing. And so we kind of saw with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, the Leo that goes to the Taurus, right? The Leo wants to use that Taurus up, and the Taurus just kind of wants to get away from it. Okay, and so when the Taurus wants to get away, where is he going to go to? He's going to go to the Aquarius. So there is some positive signs pointing towards Sony Michel. Like I said, they're very evenly matched in astrology, but I'm still, for a variety of factors, I'm a Daryl Henderson guy. Okay. Somebody else was asking about Goff and Hock. I'm going to just get through these ones quickly here. Goff and Hawkinson. Is a Libra to a Cancer. Now those are both cardinal signs, and you do want air moving towards water, so that's a very natural transition. He's going to want to use, much like a Leo to a Taurus, or a Taurus to an Aquarius. This is a natural transition of the same type of element, right? They're both cardinal signs, and so that is a very strong magnetic situation. I really like it. It's not exactly A plus. It's kind of a one-way street, is what I call these types of connections, right? The water doesn't want to flow back into the water. The water wants to flow into the fire, but it's going in the right direction. Okay, so it's a good connection. If you like Hock, I say jump all over it. Personally speaking, I think you can wait on tight end this year. I really like getting Gesicki. I highly recommend getting Gesicki. I love everything about Miami this year. I love the way Tua's looked so far in the preseason, and he's been targeting Gesicki, and you can get Gesicki really cheap. And then if you can't get him, Gronkowski's still there really late. And if you can't get them, then you still got some other guys. So Irv Smith has looked good, and so they're all kind of middling, but I really think it's Gesicki that could break into that next tier of tight end this year, based on the way he's getting first read options on third down and different things. So that is the situation with Goff and Hawkinson. Now, this is an interesting one. We got Winston to Callaway to Kamara. Okay, Winston is a Capricorn. Now, we know Winston has produced some really good receivers in the past, right? We know that with Mike Evans, and we know that with Chris Godwin. But check it out. Mike Evans was a Virgo, a super good match. And Godwin is a Pisces, a water sign, another pretty dang good match there. So looking at the Callaway connection as an Aries, it doesn't exactly... it's not great chemistry, honestly, but that's what you have there. They've already shown that they can connect. And then you have Kamara as a Leo. Once again, it's not great chemistry, so something to keep our eye on here, guys. If they start failing, we can kind of see why. Okay, somebody, once again, Nikhil was asking about Big Ben and Najee Harris. They're both Pisces. Najee Harris, when I'm looking at running backs, I'm not as it's not as important to look at quarterback to running back combination. We want to know if there's a competitive field in the running backs. That's more important to me, but they do have good chemistry. Big Ben and Najee Harris are both Pisces. That works. That's really good, actually. Okay, and then you got Justin Herbert to Eckler. This is the same connection as Justin Herbert to Keenan Allen, and we know they work, okay? Pisces to Taurus. So Eckler as a PPR guy looks excellent here. And in general, even in non-PPR, Eckler, I expect him to be a very productive back. So that's what I have for you guys from the Q&A. Please keep the questions coming, and have a good one.